Okay. Little ATEEZ intro. So today we're actually going to specifically have a video for all the groups that I stan currently. I am looking to add a girl group to here. I just have not found one that I would want to stan as hard as the ones that I do. So do apologize for all my girl group stan out there. Does not mean I don't listen to girl groups at all. It doesn't mean that I don't think they're fantastic. It's just that I don't stan them. So that's that. Either way, how you fucking doing? No, but so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the top 6 groups that I stan, and yes, it's 6 now. So if you watch like I think my first video, I think I said I stan 5 groups. I did add an extra one over the past week and a half. And if you've seen the video, you would know which group it is. But we're gonna go ahead and go over my top 6 groups. These are the 6 groups that I stan. These are the 6 groups that I collect stuff for, merch, albums, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the group that I just added recently, and that's going to be Monsta X. And the reason why I decided to add Monsta X is because I like their music. And I find myself watching their content a lot, especially the vlogs of Shonu. I know he's now in the military, you know, so I do watch a lot of like his the stuff they put out for him ever since he's been gone. Have I picked a bias in Monsta X? I absolutely have not, and you're going to actually realize in a couple of these groups I don't even have a bias in it, but for more than one, for different reasons. But for Monsta X, it's just because their group I just added recently, so I don't have a bias yet, but I'm leaning towards possibly I Am or Junie, whichever one of them, but I haven't decided yet. So at this point, it's all of them. But like I said, 6th group is Monsta X, and we can kind of put a little caveat of featuring Wonho. I know he's not in Monsta X anymore, but he is a solo artist that I do stan. My favorite song from Monsta X would have to be Got My Number. I'm not sure if this was their first English album. I think it was. It's called All About Love. That's the album name, but Got My Number is one of my favorite songs from them. It's just a really nice, like, tropical theme. And I just really love that song. I just really do. My most recent favorite songs of theirs, I would have to say is, I do like Rush Hour, but I think most recently, like if we're talking like in the past like year or so, I think I really do like Shootout. But if I say overall, out of all the Monsta X songs that I've listened to, because I know I haven't listened to everything yet, it's gotta be Got My Number. We're gonna go ahead and start off with group number 5. And that actually is going to be GOT7. I support the group individually. Like if you've seen some of my hauls, you know that I have everyone who's released a physical album, I've bought. I always stream their music, anything that in their playlists. It's in my daily playlist. Like I love GOT7. My bias in GOT7 is Bam Bam. I did cave and buy the Golden State Warrior merch collab, even though I honestly was on the fence of whether or not I wanted to buy it or not, because I'm not a fan of basketball, and if I was, I wouldn't be a Golden State Warriors fan. I'm a Cleveland everything. If you guys don't know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm Cleveland everything. So any Cleveland group I support, and anything like that. So for me, if I liked basketball, the team that I would support is the Cavs. But I did break down and bought it because it's Bam Bam, and he's my bias in GOT7, and that's that. My favorite song of GOT7 would have to be Not By the Moon. And honestly, I was going back and forth between Never Never and Not By the Moon, but I think I like Not By the Moon just a slightly hair more than Never Never. Never Never, the reason why I like it is because of that voice changing episode. It's so funny. Every time I hear it, I hear the auto tune, and I hear Baby go. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but that video is top tier funny. And this is in no particular like order. This is just the order I decided to go into. My alt group of all times, yes, will be BTS, but everybody else basically falls number 2. So everyone after BTS is just number 2. This is just, I just decided to order them like this. So number 4 would have to be P1 Harmony. The way that I got into P1 Harmony really was through TikTok. I'm sorry. Keho got me into P1 Harmony. But I know they're a pretty new group, and I think they're very funny. I think they're very talented. I think that their songs are really good. My favorite song from P1 Harmony would have to be Butterfly. It's just a really, really good song. It's off their first album. And if like anyone has any time and you haven't heard about that song, definitely go like listen to it, and because it's such a really good song. Bias in P1 Harmony, I don't have a bias in P1 Harmony. I just don't. Even though I would say I've been standing them longer than Monsta X and stuff like that, I just don't have a bias in P1 Harmony. I think I like all the boys the same. And I know that's weird to say, but there's like no particular reason. It's not like an OTA, I can't choose, or something like that. It's just that I just don't. Like when I look at the group, I'm like, I like them all equally, and that's it. It has absolutely nothing to do with like I just can't choose, or something like that. It's just that I don't have a desire to choose, if that makes sense. So I like all of them equally. Please support my P1 Harmony babes, because they are from a smaller company. So they kind of sometimes gets overlooked by a lot of bigger groups, but definitely P1 Harmony. Number 3 on my list would of course be my babes ATEEZ. ATEEZ are like my heart. Like every time I see their content, I smile. I just love all of them. If this is the opposite situation with P1 Harmony. I literally cannot choose an ATEEZ who is my bias in their group, because honestly, every week it changes. Just changes. Like when I first got into ATEEZ, it was definitely a Woosan situation here. Woo Young and San. Definitely. And I see him pronounce his name. He's pronounced like Woo Young. Like he doesn't really pronounce the W. So I've been trying to say like his name the way that he pronounced it, which is like Woo Young rather than Woo Young, because it doesn't sound like he like actually like pronunciates the W. Let me know down below if I'm like correct with that, but he doesn't really like pronounce like the W. He goes Woo Young, Woo Young. It's almost like the W is silent. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of like. But either way, I'm got off track. It was a Woosan situation, and then you had Yeosang dragging himself in there, and then I'm like, oh, Songwon's pretty cool of a person as well. And then one time I just was like, Jungkook's really good at vocals, like vocal king, go off. And then at some point I was just attracted to like all of them. Right now my obsession is Hongjoong. But I'm pretty sure that will change in like a couple of weeks, maybe Mingi will jump out of there, maybe, who knows. But ATEEZ is just like my heart. Honestly, they really are. They're so, like, I think of them like it's like little brothers, and I know that's weird to say, but like I think of them as like little brothers. Like it's just like they're just so cute and adorable. I think because I'm older than all of them. Definitely because I'm older than all of them. But I think of them just like as little brothers, like little kids. I don't know why, but I just do, you know. And when they're all trying to be sexy and stuff, I'm like, okay, go off. You know what I'm saying? Go off. Yes, show them what you're working with. But either way, they are just in a fantastic group. Honestly, discography amazing. Recently, I mentioned this in another video. Recently, I have gone back to listen to all of the old music of ATEEZ because I decided to stand them. And I was like, oh, let me just go listen to all their old music. And honestly, I have a couple of their older songs like on my daily playlist. Like, it's really good. Like, they really are really good. Like, one of like my favorite song, by the way, of ATEEZ is Inception. That's because it's the song that got me into them, and honestly, at this point, there hasn't been any song that has replaced them. As there's no song that has replaced Inception for me. Even though I love Fireworks, even though I love Thanks, I love Answer, no, Inception is my heart. And I just love that song, which you guys heard a little bit in the little intro. But like I said, I'm looking through here. Like, Utopia is such a good song. I mean, ATEEZ discography is chef's kiss. When I tell you, like, really really good. Fireworks, Twilight is such a good song. Wave, of course, is really good. And I just recently went through my playlist and took songs I thought I wasn't listening to. So I had a couple of their songs in there before, but I took them out. Deja Vu, of course. But definitely listen to their discography. It's really, really good. And honestly, you wouldn't be missing anything. If you want range and diversity, definitely look at ATEEZ because they have so many like good songs. Say My Name, My Way, Treasure. I mean, The Real, their new song, Don't Stop. I've been loving that recently. Eternal Sunshine, Pirate King. I mean, The Real Kingdom version. I mean, there's Wonderland. Aurora, Dancing Like a Butterfly, Horizon, Sunrise, Dreamers, Blue Summer, Still Here. Like, they have such good music, and honestly, people should really go look at it because people always say that ATEEZ, like, oh, they have the same type of concept, but they really don't. Like, they have diversity. Like, go listen to their albums. Second on this list I have here is Stray Kids. Of course, you guys know how much of a Stray Kids fan that I am. They are one of my sister's co-alt group. As you guys know, her alt group got 7, but her co-alt group is Stray Kids. So Stray Kids, another one of the groups that just has my heart. I watch all of their content. I bought Maniac. I bought the jewel case. Like, I've been following Stray Kids for a while now, ever since I got into K-pop, and they're just a really good group, really diverse group. They write their own music. They participate in producing the sounds of their music. Same thing with ATEEZ. I don't know if you've seen this, but ATEEZ actually did a vlog where Hongjoong went to like a producer's house. That was kind of like their studio as well. It was like producing and making some beats and singing, well, not singing, rapping and stuff like that. If you guys want to see that, that's a really good like video to watch of ATEEZ. But like the Stray Kids does the same thing. Like, they are really heavily involved in the production of their music and the direction of their music and the concepts and everything, and they're just amazing. My favorite song for Stray Kids, it was really hard to pick along the same situation with, biases in Stray Kids. I don't have one. Honestly, it's the same thing with ATEEZ, but not necessarily an OT8 situation. I started off being drawn into Stray Kids by Felix and Hyunjin, but then I kind of quickly switched pace over the past like couple of weeks. Well, not couple of weeks, I would say probably couple months to Han or Changbin. Really, I've been looking at Han for a while, but now it's looking like a Changbin bias here. I don't know. I don't understand. And the reason why I say Changbin is just because when I'm listening to their music and I hear a rap, I tend to like his raps more than anyone else's on the song. I tend to gravitate towards when he's rapping. When I would always ask my sister, like, oh, who's rapping, and she'll go, that's Changbin. I'm like, oh, well. Well, excuse moi. Like, clearly I love Changbin, and I love his rapping skills and the way that he raps songs and stuff like that. So definitely looking probably at a Changbin bias, but keep my options open. My favorite song out of Stray Kids would have to be Insomnia. I really just love that song. I can have that song on repeat and never get sick of it. And you guys know how I get sick of songs. So it's just one of those songs that have been in like my daily playlist for a very long time at this point. And last but not least, I already mentioned this group. This is my old group. This is BTS. First K-pop group that I got involved with, and they have stayed at the top since. And honestly, I don't see a situation where anyone's gonna be knocking off BTS at any time. No matter how much I love everybody else on this list, nobody's topping BTS for me. They are the group that got me into K-pop. They are kind of like just the group that I follow the heaviest. Bias in BTS is J-Hope. If people don't know, I am a J-Hope bias. I don't know if people could really tell. I don't know what my necklace is, but I am a J-Hope bias. BTS is just BTS. And I'm so sad that I'm not at their concerts in Las Vegas, but it is what it is. My favorite song of BTS will have to be No More Dreams. Yes, I'm going back to debut. Argue with you, but I'm gonna let you know that BTS is the same thing with Stray Kids and ATEEZ. It's really difficult. Like, I like certain songs for different reasons. Euphoria is such a good song. JK's vocal, good song. Dang, good song. Abyss with Jin, good song. I mean, you can't go wrong with like any BTS song. It was really difficult for me to choose like what is my favorite BTS song, but honestly, I always gravitate towards back to No More Dreams just because it's my favorite song of theirs. And that's that. Those are my top 6 groups that I stan. If you follow me on TikTok, you know I've been struggling with trying not to add a 7th. NCT, looking at you. And the only reason why, like I said, I haven't stan NCT at this point is because their music is very hit or miss for me. And not like I like every song that BTS has put out, or Stray Kids have put out, or ATEEZ has put out, but with NCT, it's really like a 50-50. Like with everybody else, BTS, I like maybe 85 to 90% of the songs that they have came out with so far. With NCT, it's really a like 50-50. It's a real hit or miss with them. And honestly, I can't see myself pre-ordering an album or a song or anything like that, and it comes out and I don't like it. That's embarrassing. And I feel like you should be able to like at least 85 to 90% of the songs that the group that you stan puts out. And if you can't like 90% of those songs, why am I standing this group if I don't like their music? Like that's the whole point, because they're good people everywhere. Doesn't mean I have to stand them. You know what I'm saying? Buy all their shit. Absolutely not. But yeah, those are all my top 6 groups that I stan. I'm gonna have a little bit of a different video this weekend. It's not gonna be geared towards K-pop, so show love to it. But that's it for today, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Pieces. You know what's been my favorite song lately?
Put your body on the